We have arrived in Bolivia. We just finished immigration and we've just finished our time at the ATM cash machine here. I cannot describe in accurate words the hassle that it was to get a visa on arrival. We're Ronnie and Jeremy, and we're digital nomads traveling to every country in the world. After living and traveling in Southeast Asia for the past 2 years, we finally jetted across the globe to another continent. This year we are exploring South America, and we have already visited the Andes Mountains and the Caribbean Sea. As always, we hope you'll come along with us for the ride, because you don't have to be a Kentuckian to travel with us. You just gotta have fun. Good afternoon, YouTube fan, and welcome back to the channel. Ronnie and I are back at El Dorado International Airport because today we are flying internationally to the first highest city in the world. Let's go. And you're going on to La Paz, Bolivia, or just Bolivia in general, need an onward ticket at check-in. Need to confirm that you are allowed to get the visa on arrival. Need to show your COVID-19 vaccine, and they did not request the yellow fever vaccine, but the Bolivian website says you need it online, so better just to have it.
Done with the immigration. Easy. They're not asking. Just stamp.
You're checked out of Colombia.
Yes. And now we go to the lounge for dinner. This lounge is very big. This is the El Dorado lounge. That's very big.
Okay, we have checked into the El Dorado Lounge here in the international terminal of the Bogotá airport, and we checked into this lounge and got some snacks already. It's quite crowded. It is a huge lounge. It takes up a good portion of the international terminal, but it's not a very exclusive lounge. It's very full. A lot of people are in this lounge, and honestly, we're gonna have a snack here and just rest for a bit, and then we're gonna go on to a more exclusive lounge that has more seating and more privacy and not as noisy. Way too crowded, and they closed down the restaurant for some reason. So now we're going to go to an airline lounge where we expect to be treated much better. Actually, I have 2,004,000. Solo nuevo dinero.
Carolina viaja.
Problema in Bolivia. This is okay. I'm not going to use that anyway. Alright, we're going to walk into the Copa Club just for a little bit and see how good this lounge is here at Bogotá's International Airport. We have checked into the Copa Airlines lounge here at Bogotá's International Airport, and there are several differences right away that are very noticeable. The lounge overall is satisfactory. However, there's no food, and the business area is not as equipped. There are no computers for use. However, there are desks if you want to come in here and work, and they have private setting areas so you can close the glass door and have a private cubicle to yourself. Some bonuses for this lounge are they do have a really nice posh TV lounge that has really nice comfy chairs, really cool aesthetic, really comfortable. The coffee bar and a spirits bar is also in the lounge, which is nice. Overall, this lounge focuses more on seating with the space they have because this is not their hub city. Copa Airlines is based out of Panama, so that's their hub, and here in Bogotá they kind of have a smaller lounge area, but it's got plenty of seating. It is satisfactory, and if you're staying in Bogotá for a short stay and you have access to this lounge, it's very well equipped and you have enough to get you through the layover, I think. Ronnie and I have checked in to the Avianca lounge here at the El Dorado International Terminal, and right away we need to tell you that you can have access to this lounge too if you have the American Express Platinum card. The Platinum card gives you free entry access to all Avianca lounges in Colombia. If you watched some of our previous videos, you know that I had promoted this card before because the Platinum card gets you several luxury benefits for travel, including 5 times the membership rewards points on flights booked directly with the airline or through the American Express Rewards portal. You also get luxury access to different priority pass lounges across the world. That's more than 1,300 different lounges. You get some rebates on airline incidental fees. You get Uber credits if you're using that in the United States. And if you're a U.S. citizen, the American Express Platinum card also gives you global entry credit, a TSA pre-check credit, also the Clear membership credit. Plus there are some other credits on the card that are pretty cool, like a $100 Saks Fifth Avenue credit, a Walmart Plus membership, an Equinox membership, and some other cool shopping credits. Of course, if you don't want the high annual fee of the American Express Platinum card, you can also get access to several Avianca lounges throughout Colombia with just Priority Pass, and the Priority Pass Select membership is also available on many different credit cards across the world, including the Chase Sapphire Reserve Card. The Chase Sapphire Reserve Card is great because right away you get a $300 travel credit back to your card every year when you use your card for travel expenses. Plus you get Priority Pass membership included, which gives you access to more than 1,300 lounges across the world. You also have that global entry and TSA pre-check credit built into the card, and you earn 3 times Ultimate Rewards points per dollar spent for all travel categories across the world, including flights and trains and buses and whatever you book. Plus you also get 3 times Ultimate Rewards points per dollar for all restaurant and food categories globally. As always, if you would like to have access to the Priority Pass Select membership or the American Express Platinum card or the Chase Sapphire Reserve card, check our description of the video. We have a welcome offer there for any U.S. citizen who applies and is accepted to the card. You will get a larger welcome bonus through our referral link than you would normally get if you just access the card online through the American Express website or the Chase Bank website. All right, now we're going to spend some time here at the Avianca Lounge. This is our first time to this lounge. We've been in Avianca lounges in different towns, but this particular Avianca lounge is not on Priority Pass. You have to have the American Express Platinum card to get in for free. This Avianca lounge is up on the mezzanine level, 3rd level here in the international terminal. You have a view of things happening down below in the international terminal. The food selection is better here. It is a nice layout, a nice roomy layout, open air kind of feel. You're not in a stuffy enclosed kind of space. And we'll see how long we stay here. We might go over to the LATAM Airlines lounge because we have been there before and we know how good the food is, and it seems to have a lot of good offerings for to-go food, which will be key for us today because we're flying Avianca's premium class again, and we know they do not serve food or drinks on the Avianca flights here in Colombia.
The food in Avianca lounge is really good. They serve rice and beef and vegetable soup, and you have many choices in here, chips, hot dog. That's really good. Yum.
Here we go.
Okay, Ronnie and I have returned to the LATAM Airlines lounge here at the Bogotá International Terminal. This is our favorite lounge by far in the international terminal. The food selection is better. They have private bathrooms in this lounge. They have showers in this lounge. They have a TV area, they have a reading area, they have a coffee bar, a wine bar. And did I say the food was better? It is. If you're in the Bogotá International Airport, skip all the other lounges, come to the LATAM Airlines lounge if you have access to it. It is on the Priority Pass app. So if you have Priority Pass, you can get in here for free.
And you only can find in LATAM Airlines. This is really good. This is lemonade cocoa. That's really good. My favorite one. This is really good. It's a beef with the polenta, cheese polenta. So far, this is the best food in the international airport in Bogotá.
The last thing I need to talk about today is our adventure to Bolivia. If you clicked on this thumbnail, then you might be interested in the process for getting into Bolivia. It is going to be our first visa on arrival country in South America. The visa on arrival in Bolivia costs about $160 US for Americans. We have read online that the visa fee for Indonesians on arrival is only $30 US. So we'll see how that goes. We also read online that the requirements are vaccination for yellow fever, COVID-19 vaccination, or some kind of proof that you've recovered. There's also a gray area that if you don't have vaccination or a recovery certificate, that I think a PCR test might also suffice. Check with your airline about that, or check with the government website in Bolivia. You also need an onward ticket or return ticket leaving Bolivia. And also you need a proof of an address in Bolivia. Some accommodation that you're staying at, a hotel or an Airbnb, you will need that address. That's what we read online at least. Now, we have certainly watched some YouTube videos about this topic, and we have also read several blogs online. Many different travelers say different things, and we do know that the visa fee is very important, so you will have to have cash, US dollars on arrival. However, one YouTuber also said that they accepted a Visa card to pay for his fee. So we'll find out about that tonight. I will try to use a Visa travel card if I can, and if I can't, then I'll let you know that when we're in the airport, if I had to pay in US dollars. It also seems important that you have the onward ticket. That seems to be the number 2 most important thing to have. Americans only get 30 days on the visa on arrival for tourism, and it says online that Indonesians get 90 days for the visa on arrival for tourism. So we'll also see if that compares correctly with online information. The third most important requirement seems to be vaccination status, not only for COVID-19 but for yellow fever. They could ask for either one of those vaccination statuses, and legally, per Bolivia's requirements, you should have documentation for both of those viruses. And finally, I think the address will also be asked for. They do want to know if you're staying in a hotel or an apartment and exactly where you're going to be located. Even if you're only staying in that address for 1 week and you're moving on somewhere else, they do want to know that you have a landing spot for the time that you enter Bolivia, at whatever port that you enter at. So, as always, wish us luck. We'll let you know how this visa on arrival process goes. We try to document as much as we possibly can. Of course, immigration authorities do not allow you to record in some sensitive areas, but we'll try to keep the camera rolling as much as we can and give you the most complete information possible for when you arrive at the La Paz airport in Bolivia. Again, this procedure will be based completely on La Paz at the airport. I know that if you're crossing land borders, the different requirements can be very different sometimes, and I doubt if you're crossing a land border that you have the option of paying with a credit card. We'll just see how it goes today, and I'll give you the complete details once we get through immigration in La Paz, Bolivia.
It's a boarding time. We got the 53 gate, I think in the last one. Still far away. Welcome. Priority.
Ronnie and I are back on another Airbus A320 with Avianca. If you haven't seen our previous Avianca reviews of this aircraft, I'll put the link right up here for you so you can go and watch our detailed review of this aircraft and the premium class seats. But this is going to be a late flight for us, and hopefully if everything goes well, we will get to La Paz, Bolivia sometime in the early morning hours. So I guess this is technically a red-eye flight, and we hope all goes smoothly. And yeah, the seats are as comfortable as they usually are. It's pretty much a business class seat, just not separated from the rest of the cabin like you would normally expect with business class. So I guess technically this is a premium economy seat, although you've got more room than a normal premium economy seat. Plus you have outlets and you have storage and you have lots of leg room. So it's pretty good value. Now we're just waiting for boarding to finish, and we'll be off the ground here in Bogotá.
are in the highest capital city in the world.
We have arrived in Bolivia. Our plane with Avianca arrived at 2 a.m. this morning local time in La Paz. It is now 5:30 a.m. local time. We just finished immigration and we've just finished our time at the ATM cash machine here, getting the local currency, which is Bolivianos. I cannot describe in accurate words the hassle that it was to get a visa on arrival here in Bolivia at the La Paz airport. We stood in line for many hours while the immigration staff asked us for every piece of information you could possibly ask someone. They checked every single stamp in our passport. They asked for all of our vaccination requirements. They asked for our address that we would be staying in La Paz. They wanted the phone number of the person's apartment that we are renting. They wanted to call that person and verify. They asked for numerous things. Eventually, I thought I was going to have to book a hotel room just so they could call the hotel and verify that I booked a reservation. Because, of course, at 4 in the morning, your Airbnb host is not answering the phone. So, if you are ignorant about this situation, we'll fill you in with the information. Indonesians can get a visa on arrival for Bolivia that's good for 90 days. It's actually more time than Americans. The American time is only 30 days. As soon as we arrived at the airport and went to the immigration desk, immediately one of the workers checked her list, and apparently Indonesia was not on the paper in front of her, which it should have been. We informed her of this, and she said that Ronnie should have gotten a visa at the consular office for Bolivia, and that's just incorrect. Indonesians can get a visa on arrival. After hours of arguing and giving them all the information they asked for, after checking all of our credentials, they wanted Ronnie's bank account information.
Yep.
They wanted make sure that all of our stamps on our passport matched each other.
And they also asked for the history of crime, like how come?
Yes, they also wanted a police background check or a national background check, which of course in most countries takes weeks to process. Thankfully, the flight staff for Avianca, the ground crew, came over and helped us communicate because they spoke English. They helped us translate with everything because the immigration officers, none of them spoke English. And without the Avianca staff, I'm not sure what we would have done in the situation. However, they did come over and help us, and this is by far the best thing Avianca has done for us yet. Today in La Paz, they saved us.
Yes.
And they helped us get through the process because they also agreed with us. They said that you are correct. You are in the right. We have told the immigration staff here at the airport that you are correct. And if you were not correct, we would have stopped you in Colombia. We would not have let you fly to La Paz if you were not able to get a visa on arrival. So we asked the Avianca staff what would happen if we are denied entry into Bolivia. And they said basically we will take your documents and we will send you somewhere else that you want to go because we let you come here and the information is correct. You should be able to come here. But if they won't let you come into the country, then we will let you go somewhere else that you choose. And so that's how it would play out if we hadn't gotten into the country. We would just be stuck in limbo until our next flight with Avianca somewhere. So big kudos to Avianca. Thanks so much. We really appreciate all the work you did tonight. They were there with us for the entire time.
Yes.
3.5 hours in the immigration queue in this limbo state, waiting to see if the immigration staff here in Bolivia was going to let us into the country. And needless to say, we will be reporting this to the embassy because other Indonesians need to know about this. The Bolivia staff on the ground here at the airport in La Paz, they do not know the regulations or know that Indonesians qualify for a Group 3 visa on arrival, which, by the way, the fee, it's about $105 US for Indonesians for the visa on arrival, which we eventually got. Americans have to pay $160 US. And we'll end the day saying that if you would love to be a member of our channel and support us on the regular, go on over to our YouTube channel at Kentuckians Abroad and check out those membership perks if you would love to see behind the scenes footage and behind the scenes photos and just stay more in contact with us and support us around the world. We would really appreciate that. And if you enjoyed this travel day from Bogotá in Colombia over to La Paz, Bolivia, and hopefully you enjoyed some of the information that we gave you about the visa on arrival process here. If you did, go ahead and give us a thumbs up on this vlog and share it with all your friends on all the social media channels. And if you enjoy world travel content, moving around the globe, wherever we go, please subscribe to our channel and check that notification bell so you know when our new videos are uploaded every week. But remember, you don't have to be a Kentuckian to travel with us. You just gotta have fun. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep on keeping on. Cheers.
Hola, bienvenidos.
Gracias.